Thank you, Adam Chambers. Well done as we line it up for our Pro Twins coming next, courtesy of Bridgestone.
Well, apologies for that, folks. I took a wander around the pits and didn't quite realise that the 650 Pro Twins were starting out there on the track. So already a lap into it, and number one New Zealand, already won the New Zealand Championships, has indeed Royd Walker-Holt out there in the front. Newly crowned second in the championships is Doug Stockwell, second. He can't be beaten for second. 30 points separates him and Robert Whittle, and just 15 points between Robert Whittle and Nick Southerwood. So joined again by Scott Kinder. What do you think Dean Bentley can do this race?
Oh, well, we've just seen Dean Bentley there go up the inside of Rob Whittle into Pepsi Max. You know, I was talking to Dino just before the race, and he was really pumped up for this last one. You know, he had a new set of tyres on this morning, and he wants to go out there and try beat Doug, apparently. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, a man that was so keen to get into the New Zealand Championships this year, unfortunately playing on a bloody kids playground with a couple of beers under his belt on New Year's Eve, and crashed and burned and broke some ribs there doing that. So interestingly, so far the only time the ambulance has been used all weekend is when a young kid fell off a scooter in the pits. So hey, look at that, in second place. Is that Sarah Elliott? Sarah Elliott, wow, second place. She'll be absolutely stoked with this. Number 8, Sarah Elliott, on this Levin Motorcycle sponsored SV650. Wow, she'll be able to hold this, I'm thinking, too. Given the pace she's got out there, she's doing a 1:16.5, just a little bit slower as Doug Stockwell. He sits there on bike number 33 in third place. Dean Bentley in 3. On number 3 on the Station Cafe and Bar, sponsored TSS Rem Barron sponsored machine, and Robert Whittle, Nick Southerwood, Nicky Smith, Aaron Sherrell's moved up over and above Jordan Knowles. All 650 Suzuki's out there, with the exception of the Kiwi Bike Insurance number 11 of Nicky Smith from New Plymouth, and she's about 60 metres ahead of Aaron Sherrell. So Aaron's got her in his sights, but of course we've got a 10-lap race, 8 laps, 7 laps to go after this one. And Royd Walker-Holt, what a class act he has done.
4 and 5 there for his second final lap. And Royd and the rest of the team Red Devil Racing, they put on a new set of tyres for this final race of the year, so I'm guessing that Royd's going to be pushing really hard there for the lap record this afternoon.
Okay, we're just going to have a look through the sheets and find the lap records. The lap records in the Pro Twins is a 1:13.465 right now. They're running in the 1:14.5. 1:14.5 on the Drury sponsored team. And Sam Love, a man we hadn't heard of for a couple of years, Sam Love holds the Pro Twin lap record here at Manfield. The battle is all on for 3rd, 4th and 5th, with Sarah Elliott getting a bit of a break. I don't know whether that was a little bit of a slide there for Sarah coming out, but a person that's had a tough season. She's a tough little lady, this lady, and pulled out of one of the races this weekend because she thought the white flag was a checkered flag, and she was furious after that. But she'll have forgotten about that at the moment, and she's holding a comfortable second. There's probably 40 metres between third and fourth, and that's almost about to change. Doug Stockwell, no, Robert Whittle on his back, and there's Dean Bentley goes through over and above Nick Southerwood. So action aplenty here. So we've got Lloyd Walker-Holt, New Zealand champion, Doug Stockwell in second spot. Robert Whittle's got to finish this race for a third. Nick Southerwood, Jordan Knowles, Sarah Elliott, Dean Bentley is just 10 points behind Sarah, but on the track, Sarah's going to go in sixth place or hold sixth place. Aaron Sherrill, Nikki Smith and Jeff Kelly on the ESPC Services, number 56, SV650. Neil Martin, Scott Kinder, Dean James, Angela Bunk and Timothy Johnson not contesting today here at Manfield. So action aplenty there for fourth there. Right now it's the fourth position with Doug Stockwell marginally in the front of Robert Whittle, and Dean Bentley's just holding off Nick Southerwood, and Nick will probably tire. He's probably had too many pies this weekend, too many beers, but certainly Sarah Elliott for a second place in the Pro Twins for her last race of the season. She'll be absolutely pumped out there.
Yeah, we've still got 6 laps to go here in this final Pro Twin race of the year, and it looks like it could be a great battle for second and third places on the podium between a potential 5 riders.
2 riders in the 16, 1 in the 14s. That's Royd Walker-Holt, checked out and gone into the distance. A 1:16.795 for Sarah Elliott, so that's going to keep her in good placings to keep that second place. We go in the 1:17.1s for Doug Stockwell, but at a 1:16.691s, I'm pretty sure that Robert Whittle on the 74 machine is going to come through and pass Doug Stockwell. Looking out onto the big sweeper there, it is still number 8. And did we get a change of position there, Scott Kinder?
Yeah, looks like Robert Whittle tried to move on the outside going into Pepsi Max here, so he might also try an outbreaking move there going into Toyota down turn 1, which he has done, and I think he's made it stick. Yeah, he's just pushed Dougie wide there a wee bit. So Robert Whittle there is throwing Doug Stockwell for second place.
Pro Twins lap record 1:13.465. We're still half a second off that because it is 1:14.020 is his best lap time a couple of laps ago. That is Royd Walker-Holt with the new tyres out there in front. Sarah Elliott is getting threatened by Doug Stockwell there. Sarah Elliott is under pressure by Doug Stockwell. Doug 40 thousandths of a second separating these 2 riders in their last lap time, and just 1,000th of a second between Sarah Elliott's fastest time, last lap time, and Robert Whittle's last lap time. So that is how hot the pace. Who will ever forget the Superbike practice there for about 3 or 4 laps last year at Taupo? We had 3 riders separated by 1,000th of a second. They had 2 matching lap times, and it held for 3 or 4 laps. It had the commentators looking for the record books to see who's actually going to be in that position on the racetrack. So it was absolutely awesome. But back to the Pro Twin action here with 5 laps to go. They come on. In fact, now it's 4 laps to go as Royd Walker-Holt, the Asteroid, I think is more of a polite nickname than Hemorrhoid, the Asteroid, the new New Zealand champion. A dice coming on there for second place. It still is Sarah Elliott. And she 15.8 for Robert Whittle. So Robert Whittle on a mission there has passed Doug Stockwell, and he is now eyeing up Sarah Elliott for that second place. This is a podium that sits, but Doug Stockwell still out of the picture. Dean Bentley there on the Stokes Valley Collision Repair Office Relocation Company SV650, beautiful white and orange number board machine out there with Nick Southerwood there closely following him. So they go into the hairpin. Halfway through the race, or just over halfway through, we've got a 10-lap race. They go into the hairpin. It is still Sarah Elliott. Only 2 to 3 bike lengths separates her and Robert Whittle. She gets a better drive out of the corner. Both these bikes are matching speed down the straight. Doug Stockwell sitting there in 4th spot. Dean Bentley, followed by Nick Southerwood. We go further down the line, and Aaron Sherrill has moved up over and above Nikki Smith. Yeah, as they come out of the hairpin. Aaron Sherrill's got about 100 metres on them. So the battle is on down that back straight for second place. Sarah Elliott got pipped there, but she's coming up side by side, and I can't see the bike in behind her, and she outbrakes Robert Whittle into the big Pepsi Max corner, a corner she crashed on last year, got taken out on her Mini Light 250 and spent a couple of months with a broken, I think, shoulder. But there is Sarah Elliott, still holds out second place there on the bike number 8, number 74, followed by 33, 3 and 16. Pro Twin action. 3 laps to go for the final race of the New Zealand Championships, and what a sensational championships it's been in all the classes, mate. And the racing here this weekend at Manfield has just been absolutely awesome. As we see the man about glass bike down the front straight. Aaron Sherrell getting cheered on by his pit crew there. Still, it is number 8, Sarah Elliott, in a good, comfortable second place. She's broken away from Robert Whittle. Doug Stockwell is now going to threaten Robert Whittle. If we go to the lap times, they're all in the 16s now. We saw a 15 from Robert Whittle, but they're all in the 16s with us. The fastest man of these three is Doug Stockwell on the 33 bike. 15 bike lengths in it maybe between second and third, and about a little bit more as they close up under Breaking and Higgins. You're going to predict this third, fourth and fifth there, Scotty Ginder?
Yeah, well, it's going to be hard to predict at the moment. We've still got 3 laps to go, so no one's going to show all their hand just yet. But I can imagine Robert Whittle will carry on trying to push Sarah Elliott to that second place with, I'm sure Doug Stockwell will try to tag on the back of them as well. So it'll be really interesting to see when we come on to the last lap who's where.
2 laps to go, 2 laps to go. Royd Walker-Holt's checked out there. He's into the 113s now. 113.879. The lap record is for the Pro Twins. 113.465, so half a second
now
off
we have
that.
a move under the brakes there from Robert Whittle going up the inside of Sarah Elliott, who's got to hold it tight as he lost a little bit of drive there going out of turn 1, but he seems to have held the move.
Here comes Sarah Elliott back up there, closes up a couple of bike lengths, but Robert Whittle's got the speed there, and coming in on both of them is the number 33, Doug Stockwell, the number 33, the man who has already gained second in the New Zealand Championship. So Sarah Elliott, she'll be still happy with third, but I'll tell you what, mate, she's still got a chance of reeling this back in. The white flag is ready to come out for Royd Walker-Holt as he exits Higgins, but all eyes on there on second place, Robert Whittle, followed by Sarah Elliott. Then it is Doug Stockwell, Dean Bentley and Mick Southerwood. And who we got behind them? Aaron Sherrell has broken well away from Nikki Smith on the Sol Kawasaki 650 out there, the ER6. That's the yellow Kiwi bike insurance sponsor machine of the New Plymouth Lass. And there we go, white flag out for Royd Walker-Holt. Sealed up the New Zealand Championships earlier in this weekend, and he's taken the number 12 off his bike, and now he's got number 1 NZ, well deserved, and indeed so has number 3, who was number 3 in the Superbikes last year. Dennis Charlotte's wearing the number 1 plate there. So they go across the start-finish line. It is Robert Whittle, and he put in a 1:15.4, and it was a 1:15.9 for Sarah Elliott. Doug Stockwell is eased off a little bit and now doing in the 1:16.2. So Doug Stockwell's not a threat at the moment for the podium, but of course we've still got half a lap to go as we look out, and the sun's come out here at Manfield. It's been overcast all weekend, the odd spit in the sky yesterday, not enough to even think about affecting the racing, but also it has cooled it down, and the breeze has actually picked up a bit. So into the hairpin for the last time for the Pro Twin 650 class. Sarah Elliott gets a drive out of there. She has closed the gap down to about 10 to 12 bike lengths. She's along that front straight, and now it's about 8 to 10 bike lengths, and it's closing up, it's closing up. She's trying for the big braking manoeuvre. Was that a bit of a wobble by Robert Whittle? And a wobble by Robert Whittle on that last corner there on Higgins. It's still anybody's game. Sarah Elliott gets a drive out of Higgins. She's slowly reeling Robert Whittle in. She's not, hopefully she doesn't lose her head. There's the race win to Royd Walker-Holt. There's the race win, or is he just practicing?
Yeah, I think he might just still be going around on Fridays there, looking at it.
No, definitely he's done that. Here we go, the ride of the season for Sarah Elliott, up there for so much of the race in second place. It is Robert Whittle, but Sarah Elliott, you'd be absolutely wrapped with that. I know she would have wanted second. Doug Stockwell goes through there. Dean Bentley, who's got a couple of personal bests this weekend. Nick Southerwood, or Southerwood, I can't remember exactly how you pronounce that. And Aaron Sherrell on the Man About Glass machine. He will be coming around to do his last lap. He is doing his last lap of the race. So Aaron Sherrell on bike number 48, looking out for Nikki Smith in another second season in the New Zealand Championship Superbike class, and a lovely girl to talk to, and sponsored by Kiwi Bike Insurance. We're looking out on that back straight for Jordan Knowles, number 69. Now, where's Jordan in the points? Jordan Knowles is 5th in the points, and he will probably hold, in fact, he'll hold 5th in the championship over and above Sarah Elliott, because it was 26 points between the two of them. But not having the best of the weekend, but here we go.